Good morning, my friends. It is Wednesday. It is time for weigh-in and the weekly weight loss topic. And if I say I was shocked when I stepped on the scale, that would be an understatement. Let's see how I did. Yep, you read that right. Lost 2.2 pounds. I was really expecting a gain this week. But then again, last week I was expecting a loss and didn't get it. I was expecting a gain this week. I did not go crazy at all. I ate probably a little more than normal on Thanksgiving because of the desserts. I didn't eat huge quantities of food during dinner, but I had my mom's stuffing, which is like 16 points for 3/4 of a cup or, whatever. And I had stuffing for like 3 or 4 days because we just kept eating leftovers. But I just reined it in. Now, did I have a bunch of desserts on Thanksgiving? I did. I made a little picky plate full of Thanksgiving desserts. But like I said, it was a picky plate. It was probably 1/4 of a slice of pecan pie. It was a thin diet slice of pumpkin roll. It was all the little stuff. It was like all the leftovers for all those days. And, we went out to breakfast and we had a couple cocktails. That's what had me a little bit worried, but no reason to worry because down 2.2. I needed that going into this Christmas season. It just proves to me that I can do it during a holiday. I can stay on track. So I am really, really thrilled with that. Definitely thrilled with that, and shocked. I got on and off the scale like 3 times and I moved the scale around the floor and it was still the same exact number. So, but anyway, enough about that and enough about my glee. Let's go to the topic of the week, which is 3 steps to overcome a setback. That is perfect for this time of year because it's a tough time. And honestly, any time of year we can have a setback, and how we handle that setback can set the tone for our entire weight loss journey. So let's see what they have to say, and then I'll add in my 2 cents, as always. So 3 steps to overcome a setback. Whether you've gained weight, gone over your weekly points budget, or ate too many calories, or had any other setback, step 1 is to remind yourself that they're a normal part of the journey. Step 2, set your action plan in motion. Don't have one? Let's come up with one. So they want you to try this, and they've got 3 steps. They talk about the setbacks and the actions. So it says, number 1, think of simple, healthy behaviors you've leaned on in the past. Then cross out any that may not feel doable after a setback. I'll give you their examples and maybe add a few of my own. So they have a list of 5. Attend workshops. If you are a WW member and you do go in studio, that might be a good thing for you. Number 2, make a weekly grocery list and shop. 3, prep low point lunches. 4, reflect on non-scale victories. And 5, go to bed by 11 p.m. And then it says to list all of them. Just keep listing. List anything that are simple, healthy behaviors that you've done in the past. Maybe at the beginning of your journey. Maybe in the middle of your journey when you learned a little bit more. List all those out. Then go back and look and say, you know what? That ain't happening now. And cross it out. because having it there and trying to force it is just going to make you stress more. We cannot force something. Sorry, the cat is scratching. We cannot force something to happen. We can try, and it may just happen naturally. But if our mindset is truly not there, it could hurt us even more. It could. So really think about the simple, healthy behaviors that you can do and focus on those. You don't have to list 10 to 12 things because nobody's going to do 10 to 12 things. We're not. Pick 3 good ones. Good ones. I know for me, and I'm going to talk about this more in a video at the end of December, but I know for me, it's cleaning the crap out of the house. And I don't mean physical crap, I mean food. We tend to eat differently during the holidays. We're entertaining. We're going to parties. We're having more snacks and appetizers and things like that. And that food tends to accumulate in the house. And you want to have cookies and cheese and crackers and stuff like that here for when you do have guests over. You want to put out, tea and cookies or coffee and cookies or a nice charcuterie board. It's part of life. And just because we're on this journey doesn't mean we stop living. It just means we have to change a little bit how we do it. And for me, that is once the season's over, get it out of the house. Or don't bring it into the house until I know I need it. That's a huge thing. Because if it's here, we might want to snack on it. Now, owning a home bakery, it's a little hard for me because there's going to be cookies from now until New Year's. But honestly, I get tired of them. So that's not too hard of a thing for me. But if you do have cookies in the house, all season, put them somewhere a little bit non-accessible. Don't have them right on your counter or right in your pantry. Maybe put them in containers and put them down your basement or, I don't know, even in your bedroom closet or in your spare room closet, somewhere where they're not in sight all the time. I'm getting a little ahead of myself now, but so make a list of things you can do. So whether it be, getting the food out of the house or not bringing it into the house until you absolutely need it, or going back to exercising. That is something that we tend to drop during the holidays because we are so very busy. We don't make time for it. My friends, you have to make priorities. And your priority needs to be your health and your journey. Make it a priority. Make yourself a priority and get that workout in. If you normally work out for a half hour or 45 minutes, it's okay if you reduce it to 20 to 30 minutes. It's okay. Just do it. Just get it done. It's not fun. Nope. But I'm going to tell you, you feel better. We had a little rough patch with our workouts in mid-November. And, we got back into it about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, steady every day. And I said to Doug last night, as hard as it is getting out of bed in the morning that early, 5:15, and when it's so cold, I feel so much better. I do. I feel so much better during the day. I have more energy. My body just moves better. I feel better, and I just have a better attitude. So try it. Just try it. Don't give up that exercise that you have come so accustomed to doing, as busy as we are. Now, if you exercise at night and you find yourself busy at night, our nights are quite busy. We have, the guys have choir practice on Mondays, and Doug has school on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and, Wednesdays he's usually doing homework, and we have his mom for dinner every Wednesday, and Fridays, we have Christmas stuff going on between parties and festivals and all that stuff. If you have that going on at night, you may have to switch your exercise to the morning. Or if you have to go to work earlier, or if you want to get out of the house early to shop or whatever, you may have to switch your workouts to nights. Don't be afraid to change things up. Just get it done. Get it done. That's all I'm going to say about that. Just get it done. So after you make your list, Cross out the things that you know are not doable at this time. Maybe planning 3 meals a day a month in advance is not doable at this time. Cross it out. Aim for something else. Even if you just do 2 days at a time. Heck, even if you figure it out first thing in the morning. Just have some sort of plan so you don't go off the rails, so you don't order the takeout. Have a plan. Then they say number 2, for the ones that you have left on your list, consider which ones are easier or come more naturally. For me, that's planning out my meals. Figure out which ones help you feel your best. For me, that's my morning workout. And for the last one, consider the ones you enjoy, or at least the ones you don't dread. And they're the ones that you're going to keep on the list. They're the ones you're going to focus on. If you absolutely loathe meal planning, don't put the undue stress on yourself. You still have to come up with a plan, but you don't have to do it a week in advance. Do it a day in advance. Do it the morning of. Just have a plan. Have a plan and point it out or calorie it out or figure it out so you know that you have a plan that's going to work for you. That's what you need to do. And then it says for the third thing, choose 1 or 2 actions left on that list that feel most realistic and helpful. Then write down an action plan for the potential scenarios. So they wrote down, if I gain 2 or more pounds, I will prep my lunches and celebrate 1 non-scale victory a day. The setback is if I gain 2 or more pounds. The action is prepping the lunches and looking for non-scale victories. Do I necessarily agree with that? I don't agree that we should put the negative out there if I gain 2 or more pounds, but I understand why they do it. But I think that's almost like giving yourself permission. Now, if you remember in my video last week, I gave myself permission over the holidays to stay the same. I'm not looking for big losses. I'm not looking for big gains. In my world, staying the same is a half a pound up or down. Because a half a pound, my friends, can be the difference of weighing 10 minutes later, 10 minutes earlier, 10 minutes, whatever. The scale fluctuates. A half a pound can be the difference of using the bathroom. A half a pound can be the difference of drinking a little bit more water during my workout. It can be the difference of eating some high in sodium foods before weigh-in. A half a pound is nothing, and don't get obsessed over a half a pound. But when we're talking into the 2 and 3 pounds, then we have to think about our actions. We have to hold ourselves accountable. So while I don't agree with that, I agree with what they're saying, that if I do gain that kind of weight, I need to formulate a plan. I need to come up with an action plan if I see that scale going up. And everybody's action plan is going to be different. You know I don't meal prep. I am not a meal prepper. I do not like reheated food. I don't. So I don't meal prep. So instead of meal prep, for me, it might say planning out my meals with calories attached or with points attached, or planning out my meals 4 days in advance or 5 days in advance. It's going to look different for everyone. You have to decide what you're comfortable with. So come up with a plan. Sit down with your planner. Sit down with a notebook. Sit down on the back of your Christmas list, wherever it is that you can refer back to your plan and see it. Because when we put it in writing, when we put the pen to the paper, it makes it more real. Because we have to see it. And I truly believe that it helps us digest it more. We can all have goals, but without a plan, a goal is just a wish. You've heard everybody say that. Without a plan, a goal is just a wish. Put that plan on paper. Put your plan for the holidays on paper. You know, mine is, and I did, it's in my planner, on my December preview page or whatever. It is to, my plan for December, my plan to get through the holidays is focus on the healthy habits. drinking more. I am not a crazy water person. I don't feel the need to do 120 ounces of water a day. 60 ounces is fine for me. Between 60 and 68 ounces is fine for me. Do I hit that every day? I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I strive for it. I do my homemade electrolyte water every morning because that I feel is the most important hydration. I do not feel that plain water hydrates. That's just my personal feeling. You have to do what works best for you. But I feel like I need those minerals in that water to properly hydrate my body. So I definitely get that in. During the rest of the day, I do get water in. Sometimes I get it all, sometimes I don't. I don't beat myself up, but I need to get something in. So by having that there, it's a visual reminder to me, you know what? Don't pick up another cup of tea. I'm bringing my tea rule back for December. I've talked about that before. I love tea. I love a cup of hot tea. I love to sip on it all stinking day. My tea is over there. It's about 5 feet away. I didn't grab it before I sat down, and it's making me crazy because it's taunting me. But my tea rule is I can't have a cup of tea until I have my water. I drink my electrolyte water in the morning, then I have my cup of tea. I don't allow myself a second cup of tea until I suck down some more water. I know it sounds silly to some of you, but it's my little rule that keeps me doing what I need to be doing. So it works for me. Whatever works for you. Another one of my goals for December is to stay consistent with exercise. Get that exercise in. Not 7 days a week, maybe not even 6 days, but if I can do at least 5. And on weeks where there might be, some issues, if I can get at least 4 in, especially in the morning, and then maybe a bonus one at night or in the afternoon. I do the best I can. I try. 4 is the bare minimum, but 5 is my definite that I can usually get in. 6 would be nice, but I'll be honest, probably won't happen. I don't have my book with me. I'm trying to remember. Just focus on the whole foods. This time of year, it is very easy to get sucked into the junk food trap. Buying stuff that we normally don't buy, not checking the labels for the ingredients that we prefer to use. So I really want to focus on that and keeping that as the forefront. Are we going to have those snacks? Are we going to have the seed oils here and there? Are we going to have, a little bit of artificial this and that? We are. I know that. But limiting that to when we are out at a place where we can't control it is what I plan to focus on. At home, I want to control what I can control. When I'm out, that's going to get a little bit lax during this season, and that's okay. I am not going to not have somebody's delicious homemade cookie because it might have a little bit of dye in it, or because it might have, I don't know, a seed oil in it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not that crazy. My family may tend to differ, but it is what it is. So it's all about balance. It's all about balance. And what we do during this month is not 100% contingent on our journey. It's what we do all year. This cat is going to drive me insane this holiday season. She is nothing like Smallsy. Smallsy used to sit under the Christmas tree here and not do anything. This cat is hell-bent on destroying everything. Anyway, sidebar, what was I saying? So what you do those 11 months out of the year matter more than what you do this month. I'm not saying let this month go to the wind because we can't do that, but just be consistent. If you are consistent through the year, it's easier to be consistent during this month because you have those good habits. You have those healthy habits. You know how you want your health to go. So it is a little bit easier. So I had a little off topic there, friends. I'm sorry. So let's see what else they have to say. Let's dive a little deeper. We won't sugarcoat it. Setbacks stink. And whether yours is a big slide or just a slip, it's okay if you feel discouraged, worried, or any type of way. Try not to blame yourself or look for a scapegoat. There may not be one, and you can't change what's in the past. I do believe we can blame ourselves because we did it. We have to own our actions. So you can blame yourself and think about that action before you do it and think about how it's going to make you feel after. So take a little bit of the blame because that may help you in the long run. But don't look for a scapegoat. Make a plan, not an excuse. You know I give tough love. But you can plan ahead now for how you'll respond. When you're in a cool, calm, and on-track state, it's easier to create a simple game plan that you will actually stick with. Compare that to a heat-of-the-moment response where you might want to overcorrect, only to get frustrated when you can't build 10 new habits in a week. Or you may swing to the other extreme and want to give up. So swinging to extremes is a huge thing. Let's say you have a day where you, instead of eating 23 Weight Watcher points or 1,300 calories, you have 50 Weight Watcher points and 2,500 calories. You may want to, the next day, starve yourself or eat one meal or only eat 0-point foods or only eat, foods that are 50 calories or less. That is not the way, my friends. That is not the way. The best thing to do is get back on plan in a normal, healthy way that you would if you didn't have that setback, if you didn't have that binge day or that, whatever day. Just get right back on plan normally. Because starving yourself or only eating 0-point foods is not going to solve the issue. So if you're only eating 0-point food, you're not getting in your, all the nutrients and all the vitamins you need. You're not getting in your whole grains. You're not getting in your healthy fats. You're not getting in everything. Your dairy, well, I guess you could get in dairy if you do fat-free, but I'm thinking for me. But just focus on getting back to normal. Focus on getting back to your plan. Not being so extreme one way or the other. Just focus on getting back to a normal plan. And I think if you do that, it will be easier to get back on track. Whereas if you decide to starve yourself for 2 days, you're probably going to binge again. Just get back to normal. Remember, setbacks happen to everyone. What matters is how you react. Deciding ahead of time which routines you'll lean into because you know they work and play to your strengths helps ensure bumps in the road are just that and not the end of your journey. Friends, whether you've lost 5 pounds, 50 pounds, or 150 pounds, you're moving in the right direction. You've done something. Just keep it going. 3 fast facts. Setbacks often lead you to think you should give up or overcorrect your behavior. Creating a plan for how to respond to setback ahead of time can help you get back to what you usually do. A plan with simple actions can set you up for early and quick success. Just get back to normal. Own it. No excuses, no blame. Take the blame on yourself. Own it. You got this. You got this. We all do. It's going to be a great holiday season. So thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend it with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope this helped you in some way. If it did, please feel free to share this video with someone who might need it. And that's all I have for you. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button because guess what? Vlogmas starts on Friday. I have an intro for you tomorrow that is a little bit fun. It's a quick 5-minute intro and we had a little fun with it. So make sure you check that out. It premieres at 9 o'clock Thursday morning. And then Friday, we're just going to start Vlogmas very easily with our menu plan. And for me, a pretty big grocery haul. We used a lot of pantry and freezer items during November, so I needed to restock a lot. I also needed to stock up on some things for the holidays and stock up for things for some videos. So I have a pretty big Walmart grocery pickup. Unfortunately, I missed my Azure for November because a lot of this stuff I really would have preferred to get at Azure, like my cream cheese and stuff. I really prefer the Organic Valley cream cheese. They have it at Walmart. It is like 3 times the price of Azure. So, yeah. We're going a little conventional, but that's okay. So, definitely look for that on Friday, and I'll leave a couple old videos linked here, and maybe you can watch those for some encouragement. Thanks a lot, my friends, and I will see you all in my next video.